The evening news on November 25, 2025, began like any other, calm, routine, and familiar to millions of Filipinos tuning in after a long day. But suddenly, a breaking news banner flashed across screens nationwide, interrupting regular programming and capturing the attention of an entire country. The anchor's voice, urgent yet composed, announced, "Monumental news from the Department of Energy," a message that would soon ripple through every corner of the archipelago. Exploratory drilling in the West Philippine Sea has confirmed a discovery of staggering proportions, the kind of find that could alter the nation's destiny. Not just oil, a supergiant field, a gigafield, among the largest petroleum reserves on Earth, hidden beneath Philippine waters for generations. Initial estimates rivaled those of the Middle East, placing the Philippines on the map as a potential energy powerhouse. In Manila, the announcement spread like wildfire, igniting conversations in homes, offices, and on the bustling streets. Phones buzzed, people gathered around screens, disbelief turning to euphoria as the magnitude of the news began to sink in. Cheers erupted from balconies and windows, echoing through the city as neighbors embraced and strangers shared in the collective joy. For a nation defined by resilience, this felt like a miracle, an unexpected blessing after years of hardship and hope. The Philippines, rich in human capital and talent, now had a powerful new resource to fuel its dreams and ambitions. The discovery was within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone, crucial for sovereignty and geopolitics, a fact that would shape future negotiations and alliances. The field, named the Luzon Freedom Field, held both crude oil and vast natural gas reserves, a dual treasure that promised energy security for generations. This dual find promised to end the nation's energy dependency overnight, offering hope for lower prices and a stronger economy. For decades, the Philippines had been at the mercy of global energy markets, vulnerable to price shocks and supply disruptions. Tonight, that changed forever. Experts called it transformative, nation-defining, a new economic era that could lift millions out of poverty and reshape the country's future. The Philippines could now fund infrastructure, invest in education, and build a sovereign wealth fund, ensuring prosperity for future generations. The story was no longer about struggle, but about a nation on the cusp of greatness, ready to claim its place on the world stage. As the broadcast ended, a sense of profound change settled over the archipelago, uniting Filipinos in hope and anticipation. Nothing would ever be the same again. The dawn of a new era had arrived, and the possibilities seemed endless. The Philippines had woken up to a new reality, one filled with promise, opportunity, and the challenge of turning dreams into lasting progress. The morning after the historic discovery, Manila buzzed with a renewed sense of optimism and hope. The city, bathed in golden sunlight, seemed to awaken to a future filled with promise. Headlines screamed from every corner: "Philippine Century begins," "Destiny's Discovery." Newspapers sold out as people rushed to read about the nation's newfound fortune. Patriotic songs played on the radio, filling homes and streets with melodies of unity and pride. Citizens from all walks of life, young and old, shared a sense of pride and excitement, exchanging stories and dreams for the future. For the first time in years, the national conversation was about possibilities, not problems. People spoke of hope, not hardship. The Gigafield discovery offered a new story, one of a nation building prosperity at home, with its own hands and resources. Millions now believed their children could find opportunity and a brighter future without ever needing to leave the country. Financial markets reacted instantly. The peso surged, stocks soared, and investors cheered the dawn of a new era. Global news outlets led with the story, broadcasting the Philippines' achievement to every corner of the world. The Philippines was suddenly the center of the world's attention, not for disaster or crisis but for hope and opportunity. That evening, the president addressed the nation, promising transparency, accountability, and wise stewardship of this extraordinary gift. He called it a sacred trust for all Filipinos, a responsibility to be shared by every citizen. The message was clear: this was about building a stronger, more equitable republic, where every Filipino could share in the nation's success. As the sun set over Manila, a new chapter had truly begun, filled with hope, unity, and the promise of a brighter tomorrow. The Luzon Freedom Field is more than just an economic asset, it's a strategic bombshell in the world's most contested waters, the South China Sea. Its discovery has sent shockwaves through the region, altering the balance of power and drawing global attention to the Philippines like never before. Its location within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone asserts undeniable sovereignty, reinforcing the nation's legal and historical claims over these vital waters. For years, the Philippines struggled to defend its maritime claims against China's growing assertiveness, often facing overwhelming odds and international uncertainty. The gigafield changes everything, turning legal rights into a multi-trillion-dollar reality and transforming the nation's future prospects overnight. The nation is now a pivotal actor on the world stage, not just a regional player, as its newfound resources attract the attention of powerful allies and investors. Countries now have a vested interest in Philippine stability and security, forging new partnerships and strengthening diplomatic ties to ensure continued access to vital energy supplies. The field's oil and gas will be crucial for Asia and beyond, giving Manila new leverage in regional negotiations and reshaping energy markets across the continent. The Philippines can now modernize its defense, building a credible navy and air force to protect its interests and deter future threats. This shift enables self-reliance and stronger negotiating power, allowing the country to stand firm in international forums and secure its future. The discovery is a powerful counterbalance to expansionism in the South China Sea, providing the Philippines with both economic and strategic advantages. The Philippines now holds a card as powerful as any warship: energy security, a resource that can shape the destiny of a nation and influence the entire region. In Beijing, the gigafield news hit like a shockwave. China's sweeping South China Sea claims now faced a direct, verified challenge. The Luzon Freedom Field is a resource located squarely within Philippine rights. China's initial response was diplomatic, calling for joint development but revealing deep anxiety. A strong, energy-independent Philippines threatens China's regional influence. Satellite imagery soon showed increased Chinese patrols near the discovery zone. Classic intimidation tactics. China is testing Philippine resolve and watching the world's reaction. Too much aggression risks conflict, too little undermines China's strategy. The gigafield has forced Beijing into a corner. The world is watching China's next move. The Luzon Freedom Field sent shockwaves through Washington, Tokyo, and Canberra. For the US, the discovery revitalizes its alliance with the Philippines, now a strong partner, not a dependent one. Japan, hungry for stable energy, sees a new democratic supplier in Asia. Tokyo is ready to invest, offer expertise, and deepen security ties. Australia, wary of China's influence, welcomes a prosperous, capable Philippines. Australian companies and defense forces are eager to collaborate. The discovery strengthens alliances like AUKUS and the Quad, centering the Philippines in a new coalition. This is a partnership built on shared goals, not charity. The Luzon Freedom Field is now the gravitational center of regional cooperation. The Philippines stands at the heart of a voluntary alliance for a free and open Indo-Pacific. For millions of Filipinos, the gigafield means hope for a better life. It's about jobs, affordable energy, and national pride. For decades, families relied on remittances from overseas workers at great social cost. Now, high-paying jobs will be created at home. Engineers, welders, technicians, and more. The government is launching training programs to ensure Filipinos benefit first. The vision transformed fishermen into skilled operators and local engineers into industry leaders. The discovery promises to lower electricity costs, making life easier for families and businesses. Stable, affordable energy will power a modern economy. A sovereign wealth fund will invest oil revenues for hospitals, schools, and infrastructure. For ordinary Filipinos, this is the promise of a stronger nation and a brighter future. Pride and hope are rising across the archipelago. Amid celebration, leaders know the gigafield is a double-edged sword. The most immediate risk is geopolitical. China's claims and naval power loom large. The Philippines must strengthen alliances and prepare for peace and conflict alike. Environmental risks are just as real. An oil spill could devastate marine life and communities. Strict safety standards and conservation efforts are essential. The resource curse, corruption, inequality, and economic distortion must be avoided. Transparent management and strong anti-corruption laws are non-negotiable. Social challenges will arise: displacement, infrastructure strain, and community disruption. The government must ensure local communities benefit directly. Success will be measured not just in oil, but in improved lives. The stakes are as high as the hopes. The Luzon Freedom Field brings immense wealth and immense responsibility. The first task: build a robust, transparent legal framework insulated from politics. A national oil company and petroleum authority must serve the long-term national interest. Accountability is key. Every dollar earned and spent must be tracked and reported. Independent oversight and radical transparency can break the cycle of corruption. Environmental stewardship is non-negotiable. Strict laws, best technology, and marine protection are essential. The Philippines can lead in responsible, sustainable energy extraction. This moment calls for statesmanship, not politics. Leaders must look beyond elections to the nation's future. Congress and the president must unite for the common good. Their choices will define the Philippines for generations. The Philippines stands at a historic crossroads. The Luzon Freedom Field is more than wealth, it's a call to destiny. From Cebu to Mindanao, hope and pride unite the nation. This optimism can fuel the resolve to overcome challenges ahead. The path is perilous. Geopolitical storms and the temptations of corruption loom. Unity, vigilance, and courage are required from leaders and citizens alike. Media, civil society, and every Filipino must hold power accountable. The world now sees the Philippines as a rising power, not just an archipelago. The nation can set a new standard for managing resource wealth. By investing in people and protecting its heritage, the Philippines can build a legacy of peace and prosperity. This is a test of character and resolve. A chance to write a brilliant new chapter. For the first time, the future feels truly in Filipino hands.